What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I just watched the brand new Netflix film called The After Party. Now, if you guys don't know how my reviews work, I like to talk about the good, the bad, and then give you my score. I try to do a Netflix review every single Friday, and this week's major release is called The After Party. This is directed by Ian Edelman, and it's about one guy who wants to become a rapper. He wants to become a star, and his manager is trying every way in the world to get him to become a star, and then something bad happens. He goes viral in the worst way possible. And from there, the movie is basically about his friend trying to get him into this after party so his career can take off. Now, let's talk about the good. And yeah, so it's just funny to me how different movies can be. So last night I reviewed the Happy Time Murders, and now I'm watching a movie about an up-and-coming rap star. It's crazy how diverse the movie industry is right now. But we're talking The After Party. So one thing that I really like is our main character. I loved his charm, his charisma, his chemistry with some of the other actors. I really do think he has a career somewhere in Hollywood. And one thing that I really enjoyed is his freestyle rapping throughout the entire movie. I know you guys are laughing at the way I just said freestyle rapping. His freestyle rapping. No, but it's so cool and it felt so natural. I know that had to be scripted, but it felt like it wasn't scripted. He does it twice, like big time freestyle rapping throughout the entire movie, and both times I'm like, this guy has chops, man. He is so good and so believable when he's doing this. And another thing I loved about this movie were the cameos. You get cameos from rappers and people in the industry, and then you have people playing characters such as Blair Underwood, who pops up, and I'm like, okay, that is funny. I like Shelley Henning. She played Alicia. I liked her and our main character, their chemistry. Now, their storyline, I will talk about in the negatives, but I do like those two when they were on screen together, and then some of the other relationships, they didn't work as well. And then just like the pop culture references, the way that they do certain things, they portray social media like that, and they do have a message, if you will, on society, and they portray certain things in the movie as they would in real life, and I really appreciated that. There are some things to like in this movie, but unfortunately, it just doesn't come together to make a cohesive film. Alright, here goes Austin again. He's talking about the negatives. He's not going to like another Netflix movie. Listen, my goal here is to tell you guys my thoughts, opinions, and feelings on the film, and I'm going to tell you guys why I don't think this movie is really a good film whatsoever. There are so many missed opportunities here, and the things that I said in the good were good. It's just they did not come together to create a cohesive film, and that's my big issue. And Netflix has been doing a pretty good job the last couple of weeks. I have appreciated or enjoyed the majority of the films, but now they come back to that problem they were having at the beginning of the year. You get those underwhelming blockbusters, the really cheesy romantic comedies, and then you have movies like this that they come off as kind of annoying. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. The biggest problem I had with this movie was the manager. Not necessarily the guy who plays the manager, but the script and the way that that guy was portrayed. He wasn't just like annoying to the characters, he was annoying to the audience. He was literally one of my least favorite characters of the entire year because everything that he said just got under my skin. He was not likable. I did not like his on-screen presence. I didn't like his relationships with any of the characters, even the main friend. It just felt like he was a rich douchebag throughout the entire movie, and that never changed. Now, yes, you can tell he loves his best friend, but you can also tell that he wants the spotlight as well, and he wants to be the guy behind the success, you know, and that is just, to me, it's kind of annoying. If they would have portrayed him a bit differently, say more likable and less like trying to be trendy and cool and trying to act like the rappers and the hip-hop artists acted in the movie, then yeah, that would have been okay, but he didn't. He was just he frustrated me. And I had trouble keeping up with the focus of the movie. They jump from plot point to plot point to plot point and try to hit all of these stories, and then at the end of the movie, they try to knock them all out in like 10 seconds, and the movie just ends, man. He does this, does that, runs up to the room, and then goes out, and he's, what? The movie ended in literally like 15 seconds after you had all of that build up to see these plot points pay off, and they never really paid off. You're just like, wow, yeah. And the film also does something that I really hate. It gives you this giant exposition dump at the beginning of the movie, and it was like a 5-minute scene where he's describing everything that he's done, all the albums that's dropped, and the EPs and whatnot, and I'm just like, I don't need that. I would appreciate it if we could go through the story and learn that about him instead of him literally just having a conversation and telling us about it just so we know and we knock that out, get it out of the way, and then we can move on to the next scene. I know what they were thinking, but I hate when movies do that. The dialogue is rough at times. There are cliches that happen in the movie that you see in movies like this, and you expect this to kind of avoid that, but then it falls down that trope like, oh, our characters were getting in a fight. Oh, you're trying to shoehorn in this father-son relationship at the last second. It's like, we didn't really ask for this. It's just kind of there, and it doesn't do anything to further the plots that we've been setting up throughout this entire movie. Here's my thing about this film. It's an interesting idea. It's an idea that we've seen before, but it could have been spun in a new way. Unfortunately, they go down so many rabbit holes that they just can't pull themselves out of, and the ending was so disappointing. I won't even say that. You get exactly what you wanted from the ending, but it all happens so fast that you can't have time to sit back and appreciate it, guys. And with all of that being said, I am unfortunately going to give the After Party a 36%. Some great ideas here, some interesting characters. Unfortunately, it's overshadowed by the really annoying characters, the plot points that are just kind of knocked out, and taking these ideas and these interesting themes and just kind of throwing them to the wayside to bring in all of these pointless subplots. I didn't like how this movie was constructed at all, and I do think they could have done a better job, especially with this very charismatic lead character, who I actually enjoyed quite a bit. Now, as always, this movie is going to have its fans, so let me know in the comments down below, why do you disagree with me? Why did you think this movie was good, or why did you agree with me and think it's bad? Either opinion, like I said, it's an opinion, so nobody is going to be wrong. That's the beauty of movies, that they are all subjective. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Today's comment spotlight comes to us from MTS the Shark Movie Reviews. I just thought this comment was hilarious. This comment said, definitely taking the kids to this one, talking about the Happy Time murders. I thought that comment was really funny, therefore I'm putting it on my comment spotlight. Do you have a problem with it? So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned to my channel for some special videos coming out on here, and also Stardust. Check out my Letterboxd page for a review pretty much every day. I try to watch a lot of movies and review one every day, so you know, you guys are the absolute best, and I will catch you later.